Investing is putting your money into something, expecting a return on your money over time. It's how your money makes money while you sleep. Last year, Warren Buffett made $1.5 million per year on his investment without needing to trade any of his time for that money. As a young person or a millennial, if you want to build wealth, you can't do what your parents or your grandparents did and expecting anything different. You have to make adjustments according to what you want to be. If you want to be a lawyer, do what lawyers do. And if you want to be successful, do what successful people do. You get my point. In this video, I'm going to discuss how millennials can begin investing with little money and acquire financial freedom.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.
Hey guys, my name is Julius and welcome back to another video of dividend investing. For those of you who are new, this is a channel about how to work smart, save and invest. It's about investing now so you can retire on your own terms. I just want to remind you that I'm not a financial advisor, and before you invest your money, make sure you seek professional help. Before you begin investing, first you need to figure out how much can you invest each paycheck. Whether it is investing $100 or $10, it doesn't matter how much it is, but every little bit adds up and you should always try to invest as much as you can. Remember, the more money you invest, the more money will be working for you. Many people make the mistake of trying to save what's left over each month, then never end up investing. You should always try to pay yourself first, meaning you should invest your money before you can spend any of it. The percentage of your income that you are saving or you're investing is known as your saving rate. The higher the saving rate, the faster you'll be able to reach your early retirement. There is a direct correlation between your saving rate and the number of years to take for you to retire. If you invest 3.2% of your income like the average millennial, then you will likely not be able to retire. But if you can increase that to 20%, you can retire in 25 years or less. And if you can increase it even further to 50%, you could retire in 15 years or less. Clearly, the higher your saving rate is, the faster you will be able to retire and reach the financial freedom. A good place to start is with 10% of your income, and then try to increase the amount by 1% every 30 days. Second, after figuring out how much money you can save each month, the next step is to separate your short-term investing and long-term investing strategies. Don't make the mistake of putting all of your investments into the same account. If you need any of your money in the next 5 years, then you shouldn't risk losing any of it. For instance, if you need the money for down payment on a home, education expenses, or money for a car, or money to travel, you should avoid putting your money into the same account as a retirement account. The mistake that most of us make is thinking that savings account is a great place to put your money, but most savings accounts have an interest rate of less than 0.01%. So you're actually losing money to inflation. Instead, you can put your money for short term in an online high interest savings account with the interest rate above 2%, so your money will at least keep up with inflation. Your long-term investment is primarily going to be your retirement money, so you want to maximize your return over the long term. This means you don't want to put this money into a savings account. You want to invest this money into a retirement account. There are two types of retirement accounts, those that are offered by your employer and those that you need to sign up for yourself. Employer retirement accounts include the 401k, depending on the type of place you work at. Non-employer retirement accounts are known as IRAs, which is individual retirement accounts. And the typical types are the traditional IRAs and Roth IRAs. The difference between the Roth IRA and the traditional IRA that the Roth IRA money grows tax-free over time, and you don't have to pay any taxes when you are taking this money out. Whereas the traditional IRA gives you taxed at withdrawal, but you may be able to deduct the contribution from your taxes. A Roth IRA is the best deal for young investors and will have a significant tax advantage over time. There are many great places to open an IRA or a Roth IRA. The one that I use is Vanguard, since it has a high quality, low cost investment options. Third, you have to pick your level of risk. Unfortunately, because 401k plans are typically offered through an employer, they are often limited investment options and high fees. This means that it is very important to pick your 401k investment wisely. You have to pick a model portfolio based on the level of risk that you are comfortable taking. This is known as your asset allocation, which is the percentage of stocks and bonds you have in your investment portfolio. If you are under the age of 35 and starting to invest in a 401k, it's best to invest in an aggressive growth portfolio, which is heavily weighted in stocks. While an aggressive type of portfolio will naturally fluctuate over time, it's nothing to get scared about because you are saving this money for a long time, and over 10+ year investing horizon, you're going to make more money investing in stocks than in bonds. Fourth, you need to invest as much money as you can in a tax-advantaged account. Taxes are one of the biggest drains on your investment returns, so you want to minimize your taxes as much as possible. For most new investors, the number one goal is to invest as much money as you can into a tax-advantaged account, where your money can grow tax-free over a long period of time. For millennials, the most money you can put into these accounts each year is I think around 19,000 in a 401k and 6,000 into an IRA. So you can save 25,000 in a year in a tax-advantaged account. If you work at a company that offers a 401k plan, invest as much as you can to get an employer match. You are not taxed on any of the money that you are putting into your 401k, but you are taxed when you withdraw the money from your 401k. Most companies offer an employer match, which is essentially an employer contribution that matches your own contribution up to a certain percentage of your income. Usually it's between 3 to 5% on average. This is essentially free money and an incredible benefit if you have it. At least invest the maximum required to get your employer match. 6, invest early and often. As a millennial, I know that even though my new job is not paying me a lot of money, I do have one thing on my side, and that's time. Time is the most essential element of investing because it takes time for money to grow, and the more time you have, the more opportunity your money has to grow due to compound interest. Here's the way that compound interest works. Imagine you invest $10 and it grows 10% over 1 year. So next year you're going to have $11, and the next year it grows 10% again, then you're going to have $12.10. So you keep making more and more money in your growing interest, and when you add to that pool of money to further compound over time, and you are able to make more money on your money. It's a pretty simple idea that makes investing so powerful over time. Whether you invest in $5 or $5,000, the first rule of investing is you need to start investing your money. If you don't get started, then you can't make money, and your money can't make money. It's actually pretty crazy how many people just keep all of their money in a savings account because they're so afraid of losing money in the stock market. But the reality is that over 10+ years period in history, the stock market is likely going to give you positive returns on your money if you invest simply in index funds. I know all the excuses people make to not start investing because I've used them all myself. You don't have enough money. That's the first excuse. You don't know anything about the stock market. You are worried about losing money. All of those excuses have likely already cost you thousands and thousands of dollars in potential earnings over your lifetime. It's like you are leaving money on the table and cutting yourself short. I guess you are watching this video because you are interested in making money and building wealth. But if you're not investing, then it won't happen. Seriously, investing money is the surest path to building wealth. Thanks for watching this video. Hit the like button and consider subscribing to join the journey. See you in my next video.
Rage on that beat, going crazy.